What is going on, Fam Jam? It's another Throwback Thursday coming at you from Georgia. Today we're going to go check out Creed, band that went through a very tumultuous career, but were huge when they jumped on the scene. And this is, I think, their most viewed video, 359 million. This is One Last Breath. That's why I did this one. Is just because of the view count. So about 14 years ago, I don't know if you guys, some of the younger viewers might know Creed because they haven't been as around in the last, I don't know, 6-7 years. They exploded onto the scene, put out 3 pretty good albums. I enjoyed them. Like Human Clay was in there, and then they kind of like fell off a little bit. So I wanted to go revisit them because I like the band, I like the music, and I just haven't seen much from them in the last almost decade. So let's go check out One Last Breath. This is the official music video, and check out some Creed as a throwback for this Thursday. Is that a PRS? Maybe?
Please come now, I think I'm falling, holding on to what I think is safe. It seems I found the road to nowhere, and I'm trying to escape.
Very 2000s video. You've got the green screen, it's the over the top angle shots. Not over the top, I mean literally they're going over the top of them. You got the aerial view of the drums you saw, and it's just super green screen 2000s, which in the early 2000s this was cutting edge kind of technology. 20 years later we see it and we're like, ooh, that's a lot of green screen. That's a lot of, it just, the technology's come so far in the last 2 decades, which for technology's a short amount of time. But it just shows how much that we get used to movies today and things like that. And then we look at some of the older CGI that's in music videos. And it's just funny.
I am back when I heard thunder, but I'm down to one last breath. And with it, let me say, hold me now. I'm 6 feet from the edge, and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet ain't so far down.
So, took that from The Mummy, the sandstorm with a face in it. The second Mummy movie, I think. So that's funny. And this is more of a ballad from them. You would think, looking at them, the early 2000s rock and roll feel of nu metal, they have just that aesthetic. All of them are dressed that way. All of them have the aesthetic of it. And then they go into this tender, easy listening first verse and a chorus, even at a point that they drop off drums, they drop off rhythm, it's just the lead guitar, and you're like, oh, this is gonna be, and then they hit you. Interesting format to play with the song and to give people and the fans a ballad, but also the fact that they amped it up right here, musically, but the lyrics themselves are dealing, I think, is an early part of dealing with mental health that 20 years ago we were not talking about nearly as much as we do today. Like, it's the gap in what we would talk about in mental health from then to today is massive. We just didn't talk about it. So I think this is one of the few ones back then that really tried to tackle it, and they didn't tackle it exactly head on. They are using innuendo, but 6 Feet from the Edge, it's a slow fall down. I've got one last breath. I mean, even the title of the song. But let me say, I've still got something to say before I leave. So look at it in that frame as we listen to the rest of the song.
I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet ain't so far down. Hold me now. I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet ain't so far down. I'm so far down. Said eyes follow me, but I still believe there's something left for me. So please come stay with me, 'cause I still believe there's something left for you and me, for you and me, for you and me. Hold me now. I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking. Hold me now. I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet ain't so far down. Hold me now. I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet ain't so far down. Please come now. I think I'm falling, holding on to all I think is safe.
Man, the more it went on, the more 2000s it got. You had the random old guy, which was it's almost a meme now that any mid 2000s music video, you'll do a little bit of black and white or a monochrome fill. There's an old white guy just chilling, doesn't say anything, doesn't have a lot of emotion. He's just sitting there. And then all the rock formations, super CGI. It's funny to look back, but that's also like where we came from and where the technology came from and how music videos evolved. So that's why I like to do these on Thursdays, just to go back and look at some of the old stuff that, and this isn't old, as you know, some of the Throwback Thursdays I do are from the 50s, and they didn't have CGI, they didn't have computers. So you look at the stuff we got from the 50s, which was normally them with an overdub track and just in front of a microphone, and they might be snapping their fingers, they might be a little dance music, up to the 70s where it was them usually in like a concert setting, playing the music on the instruments, running around, having fun, dancing, disco vibe, to the 80s, which was super electronic. Music videos were really prevalent, to the 90s, where they were putting a lot of money into them and making them full productions, to this in the 2000s, and CGI and using green screen and all that kind of stuff, to today's stuff that could be, film grade. And it's very difficult, and even now we're using like AI. So it's just interesting to see. Musically, I like that song. I think it is a good roller coaster ride to go up and down. You have a lot of soft, and they hit you, then they bring you back down, and then they drop the beat again in the bridge, and then it comes really soft and tender to end the song. So it's an emotional roller coaster, and again, talking about things that we weren't talking about when it came out 20 years ago. This is one of the first, not one of the first, but this is one that talks about mental health when we weren't talking about it. So that's why I like that one. Obviously, a number of people have liked this one because it's over 350 million views, so not everybody can hate Creed if it's got that many views. You know what I'm saying? But that song is, and don't get me wrong, it's one of their ballads. They have more intense tracks, and I'm pretty sure this is off the album Human Clay, which is why you saw so many like statues or molds of humans like in a clay, dirt, mud setting that they were making. So I'm pretty sure that's off of that album, but really solid. Really, really solid. And when they hit, I mean, they were huge for like 4 years. I mean, they were massive. So hopefully you enjoyed this little walk down memory lane, not too far ago, 20 years. And if you want to go see that video, you can scroll down to the description below. There is a link. It will take you right to that video. And then you can go check out other stuff from Creed, should you so choose. But on the way there, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and YouTube will let you know when I upload new videos. But until next time, that is Throwback Thursday, Fam Jam, and I'm out.